Alright, so in this episode, what we have is a 1957 Chevy Bel Air two-door post. It was originally my dad's car, and when we were kids, we were always told not to go around it. Don't play around it, it's not a toy. You know, so this car sat around forever in a storage unit for, oh man, probably 30 years. And I think my stepmom finally got tired of paying storage unit fees on it, so it came over to the house, and then it sat there, and then it sat outside, and then I went and got it because I thought I was going to do something with it. Then I realized I didn't want to do anything with it, so then my dad gave it to my nephew. I think the first time he stayed with us for, I think, 3 weeks, and he was, at the time, 15 years old, didn't even know how to do anything. He promised me he was a great welder because he watched it on YouTube, you know? Right now, right there, right there. The 57 was in the family and has been in the family since I think 1974, 3 or 4, I think. A guy named Ron owned it. It had a 292 with broken pistons and yada yada. Anyway, there's the heater in the background because it's cold. So now Dylan has it. So he's here for one summer in 2019, I believe. And what we did that time is I had him take it up to the house. He pulled the body off the frame and brought the frame down to the shop, and we got him a sandblaster from an inexpensive tool store. And he sandblasted the frame and painted it himself. So fast forward to 2020, he was with us for roughly 4 weeks. He was here in January for 2 weeks, and then he came back in the summertime and stayed with us in the summertime during the COVID. It's been interesting dealing with that and customers and everything. But anyway, I'll go off on that some other day. But so he came up here. He had tubular A-arms already done. He put the leaf springs inboard. We put an 8/8 out of a Explorer, I believe, because when you're in high school and you're on a budget, you don't get the fancy 9-inch Fords or the 12-volt posies. You get what Uncle gives you, and that's what I gave him. So then we scored some small block Chevys from a friend of mine. So we took the two, took them apart, and we sent the block out, had it honed and checked, and we rebuilt it with flat top pistons and a lumpy cam. You know, it'll sound good, and we put a 4-speed in it. So now we're ready to do body work. So Dylan really wanted to tub the car, you know, move the wheel wells in 3 inches. So what we did is it needed a trunk pan anyway because that was the worst part on the whole car. we had the back of the car pretty much done. We had the roof, doors, floor, everything done. He was sound deadening it. At this point, it was in black epoxy. Mike at Blue Ridge Paint Supply really gave us a good deal on supplies for Dylan because he knew the budget was tight, so he really helped us out on helping Dylan, which is great. I mean, if you ever need paint supplies, make sure you look up Blue Ridge Paint Supply. It's great guys. So fast forward, we need a front clip. Well, it just happened to be that we were one weekend, we had to run a mix system up to Grinnell, Iowa. Misha's cousin lives there, and he has a repair shop and also a collision shop. We were up there, and he's like, hey, you want to run around and see some of my friends? I was like, sure, why not? I'll meet some of your friends. So took me over to this gentleman's house, and he has a 57, basically where Dylan's is at this point. I said, you wouldn't by chance have any parts you'd sell? He's like, well, yeah. So I went to this other garage, and he had a front clip. No, 125 bucks. I got fenders and a hood.